concerning this in surprise, I humbly ask the member of the House to give us some prayer. So, let's pray.
Thank you, Honorable Chief. Please take note of those who are not present. Let me have them. Honorable Super.
I think it's the same thing that our former president, because today it's as if we have a media and interest. And today it's your first meeting in the Assembly. What to do, we don't understand. So I think we should try and see if there's any punishment. If you can refer them to PRCC, you should come in there because today it's your first meeting. We have media about to do to capture everything. And look at the environment. It's not good at all.
Thank you, Honorable. Thank you so much. The PRCC is not formed yet. Don't worry. But before then, the immediate action that I will take as a defining member, Honorable Chief will report those people and let them report at the office of the defining member immediately after the assembly meeting. So let's continue with the previous minutes. We have two different minutes. We have the 30th and the 31st. 31st of October 2025. And then we have the 30th of October 2025. So let's start with the 30th one. Page number 1. Please go to the number. Page 1, 2. Page number 3. Page number 4. Page number 5. Page number 6. That's the end of the third day of October minutes. We will continue with the other minutes so that we move the motion for Honorable Kagabo.
Thank you very much. I wanted to ask you a clarification. The document has 25 pages of that.
You have what?
25 pages. 5-page document.
Thank you, Honorable President. The correction I don't know how the bodies recorded this. The meeting was called to order exactly 10:30 with an opening prayer by Honorable Senior Secretary. And thereafter, the Chief Whip ushered the Honorable Presiding Member and the House beside the National Bench. I don't know how they do it before they usher the Presiding Member. So I want clarification.
Okay. Honorable Mama, you call. Noted. Honorable Basir, are you okay with that? Okay, so let's continue with the other minutes. Page number 1. Page number 2. Page number 3. Order. Honorable Chief Whip, what is the problem?
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a same document.
Page number 4. I don't like the movement at all. It's like you are interrupting the movement. Please, can you lock the door? Can you lock the door, please? Page number 5.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just some small challenge with name when you are writing has to do with honorable significant.
Are you referring to page 1?
They are referring to the page 5, and then it runs through all the documents I checked. With my name, the above which is hyphenated. It's always hyphenated.
Okay, so the last name is Sid. If there is no any other correction, a member should move a motion for the acceptance of the previous meeting for discussion. Honorable Emmanuel.
I don't say, but I move for acceptance and discussion of the previous meeting.
It should be two different documents. 30th and
That
now
would be
the
the
first.
day of October and the 1st of October 2025.
Thank you. Second, Honorable Emmanuel.
I don't have to send any result to you guys.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. We'll now go straight to matters arising. Let's start with the 30th of October. Okay, so 4.1 matters arising from previous minutes, application of the YS school project. Honorable members. Relating to the above matter, honorable members were informed that management had initiated the process of abrogating the contract, and in order to mitigate the risk of the potential legal issues, was seeking legal guidance from the Assembly's solicitor. Honorable members were further briefed that the legal team was reviewing all relevant documentation, including correspondences, progress reports, and site assessment records to ensure that any action taken was fully compliant with due process and existing contractual obligations. Honorable Dade-Kotopon.
I don't know what on the decisions taken so far, I have before me a document, the headline, status of implementation of issues, so decisions taken at the General Assembly meeting held on 30th October 2025. Right now, on the decision, status of implementation, it is written that the legal team met with the contractor and it was resolved that the contract would be terminated and repackaged. And so we I know when the meeting was held and what has been done so far.
Thank you, Honorable Dade-Kotopon. MCP, please understand. I said MCP. MCP. And then go on the right.
Thank you, Honorable President. We have met the contractor several times, but yesterday we all come to agreement that we will terminate the contract and repackage. We did so because if we don't have that cordial meeting, we will resort to court. So because the contractor on our records, the contractor has written several times to the assembly. In previous years, we have not responded. Issues raised, we have not attended to them. So yesterday we finally agreed that the contract will be repackaged for now. We also realized that the work had delayed and there's a need to complete the project as early as possible so that the peoples in the Lawale school, which are in the dilapidated school buildings, will have a befitting place to spend. So yesterday we have done that. And engineer, when do we agree to finalize this? In about 2 weeks time, isn't it? In about 2 weeks time, repackaging will commence. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable, the floor is open. Honorable Sidney Agabo.
Thank you, National President. With little respect, I would like to delve a little bit deeper with on the same topic with the issue regarding the lectures that have been made in the assembly without the assembly responding to. Because if this house, if I remember, we've been on this particular project for I would like to say for years, for decades, seeing how best the contractor will be able to finish and hand over the project. So is it an administrative challenge, or is say the assembly itself, that's the executive board decided not to do anything? Thank you.
Honorable
we are on record. Honorable Member said for decades, and I want to know if what he's saying.
Thank you, Honorable President. Because it's like an ambiguity in the sense that we don't give it clarifying meaning to what they're saying. Since it's been on, since we put the deliberation over it all seems like we can't here discuss things and then like implementation becomes a challenge. I can't remember from the subcommittee, the FND, we were directed by the former Vice President member to ensure that this project is well packaged and delivered and hand over. So I see no reason why we are here today, and letters have been written to that correspondent and the House has to roll on that one. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you. The follow-up on
I don't know if you said, remember, if we go back to the letters that were written back and forth, the officers who were in charge are no longer here. So the most important thing is that there's a decision. The decision is that we have to terminate. The assembly terminated it and asked management to say by issuing a letter to him. I let our legal solicitor advise, and that letter came earlier. The contract agreement, we should have done that long time. It is for our own children to benefit. And if we delay it, then why are we here? So in 2 weeks' time, we would like to hear good news that this has been repackaged, handed over for a new contractor to finish within a specific time for us to commission it. The children need it. So Honorable Sedema, yesterday I was worried on social media. I saw a collapsed building at Ayawasu Center. And someone said, my child is dead. Mention your former MP, Honorable. Very emotional. Imagine this happening here, God forbid. What are we going to say? Whilst we have the bidding there, we should give it to someone who will finish within the next, if it is so issue, to finish it as early as possible because we need it. And that is the only way Landmark is Landmark today. We are always on projects, but this one we have failed at wireless and new what's the name, better electoral area. Please, within 2 weeks, it should be within 2 weeks, not 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks, management should be able to work on it and let us a new person, if it's so sourcing as early as possible, to finish the job for our children. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Right Honorable Presiding Member. Anytime the issue of the wireless school is raised, my heart aches. And I don't want to be emotional. I'm trying not to be emotional about it. Because we've been sitting aloof for quite too long. We, as an assembly, including myself, at a point, I tell that project a political project. Because where we need to do things, we're just dilly-dallying with the contractor. This is where we are now. We are still talking. The talk is too much. We need action. In 2 weeks, it should be positive. Next academic year, or next term, school is going on vacation this week. Hopefully, some are vacating this week against the Easter. I'm sure by September, which is a new academic year, the place should be ready for use. We've been talking too much. Let's take action. Bygones, let it be bygones. Way forward. Director, you said 2 weeks. We are pleading in 2 weeks. Let's see action. We've been going there for monitoring and what have you. We take allowance. We are wasting resources on that project. Committees go there for site visitation, we take allowance. We keep going to the same place, same results, and nothing is happening. This time, please, let's see results. My heart is aching. If it were to be our own project, I'm not sure it will suffer what it is suffering now. So, we as an assembly, including myself, we don't be fair to that project or to the kids at wireless. So this time around, please let's take action and do what is needful. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think it's safe to how they call us to this. That's school attempt to hotel room. If you go there, you're not going to come out. People in the community are using that place in this house. Now you're trying to send the place. I don't want to. I don't switches. What are we doing? We have to learn something because people are calling here and saying about the same facility. Let's try and do something. Let's try and do something.
Thank you, Honorable Christopher. Is the House of Records We will not capture what you said. Do you have evidence to what you said that condoms were found in that building?
Yes, yes.
Honorable President, I take article.
Yes.
Article. If I want to please
Please. You have to before. Before you talk, it shouldn't be like this anymore. Before you talk, someone has to give you mind before. I think we have discussed this severally to set up this assembly very well when it comes to deliberation. We need to get additional microphone, please. You know to that.
The words from the Honorable Assembly are good, and I want you to assure you that.
Thank you, Honorable MC. So, like we said, it's 2 weeks, Honorable members, 2 weeks from now. Before we even confirm the 2 weeks, looking at the previous minutes, dated 30th. So from 30th to now is almost 6 months. Honorable MC, please let's be serious. We don't want to take any action like this. Please let the 2 weeks be 2 weeks. Thank you, Honorable members. And then the next one is the registration of assembly lands. The physical planning officer informed members that the Lands Commission have requested management to submit all documents related to the lands acquired by the assembly to facilitate their official registration. MCD, the floor is open, Honorable members.
Right, Honorable President, on the decision, implementation of the Assembly decision, it is stated that the document have been submitted and the process is ongoing. I know the list that were submitted to Lands Commission, the dates, letters attached to that, who ask further questions. When the document was submitted and the copies of the letters given to Lands Commission, so that we will be sure if it is there. This is just on paper.
Thank you, Honorable Member. That's it, please.
Henry, please let the records bring copies of the letters submitted. Or, Mr. Bobby, do you have the copies? Next, you have copies.
The copy of the letter.
Address the chair.
Issue
order. According to that, please, you are not the presiding member. If you want someone to talk or to react to any question, please let me catch your back. Let me give you the floor before. That's fine. So let him address the chair and continue.
Thank you. But the main issue raised by the Honorable Nyakoba was the need to see evidence of submission. And that's why I'm calling the administration to bring, first of all, they should bring evidence of submission. Thereafter, other follow-up questions.
Thank you. Do you want him to react to that? Or you are okay?
No, I'm okay. I'm okay that they should bring it.
Okay, so we'll give you 5 minutes. Step out and then bring those letters. Thank you. Honorable Emmanuel.
Right, Honorable President, I release the issue. Yes. It's been years we've been talking about the same issue. So once we have a good news, we need the evidence that yes, on record, because we are going live now. And what I'll tell you, right what I'm telling you, let me congratulate you for this initiative. So you know all this when I was in the chair. to in fact put our assembly meeting on live for everyone to watch all over the world. But I'm very happy you've implemented this. It's a very good initiative, and I'm really happy. May God bless you. People are watching all over the world, and so they'll be marking us as an assembly members and technocrats if we are really performing. So asking the question that we want to see evidence is to prove to those watching us now that yes, what we are discussing, we have done it. So I thank you for such initiative, and you should continue at both executive committee meetings and sub-committee meetings. Members who come to meetings late, this will affect you. At your electoral areas, they will see you as honorable members who are not representing them well. And the Democrats who are not performing, people will watch us live, honorable presiding member. So please, this is just a call so that they will know, yes, we have done it. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Nakuma. Whilst we are okay, any follow up on this? Okay, Honorable Emmanuel Kisene.
Thank you, Right Honorable President. Right Honorable President Member, I remember previously the challenge had to do with money. Then in the review, allocations were made to that effect. So I want to know what has happened whilst we are waiting for the evidence of the letters that have been sent to Lands Commission. I want to know what has happened whilst we wait for the documents. Right Honorable Presiding Member, letters we are being told has been sent to Lands Commission. We are asking for evidence. Meanwhile, the coordinating director has admitted that letters have been sent. So what has come out of what was sent there? Whilst we are waiting for the letter as evidence, we just need the letters as evidence, but what has happened? So that is what I'm asking.
Thank you, Honorable MC, please answer.
Thank you, President. We sent the letter, we made a follow-up to the Lands Commission, we met the chairman of the regional lands. As the time we are about to revise the bill and give it to us, because we sent about 6 or more of our lands. Then the current new Minister for Lands has reviewed the payment method that every government land that has to be purchased should be forwarded to his office for consideration before acquisition. So the latest is that they have forwarded all those applications to the minister, and we are here to get feedback. And when the feedback comes, we will now know the amount that we are to pay for each land. This is the current situation.
Thank you, Honorable MC. Any follow-up whilst we look for planning area?
With the clarification of MC, I'm impressed. I will be more convinced in what our initial budget was, so that we will be able to match the against what is coming out. Thank you.
Okay.
I want to understand one of Chief's question. Our budget has been funds allocated
for
I think the most important thing is that we have presented our document and we are praying that we are full. And when there's amount coming out from Lands Commission, we still have opportunity, like Honorable said, the question is we still have opportunity to review our budget. So as to be the funds available, I have a challenge with that. Because even if it's in millions, we'll review our budget. But the most important thing is they have approved for us to pay. So that tomorrow, no individual will get up, the developer get up and they take the assembly property. So this is my contribution.
Thank you. Honorable Chief, please come for your report.
Can we get copies of this now?
Yes, it's possible.
To go through it, but we can proceed with the meeting. And if one person is going to read, another person
will take time. So let's take time to.
But then
we can give it to them to do the photocopy.
Yes, yes.
All right, thank you. So, Honorable Emmanuel Abudeki said.
I want to suggest we put it on our platform so we can all have access to it in real time. The photocopy I think might take time since we are discussing this now. If we have it on the platform, that is my humble opinion.
We can do both. Yes, we can do both. Sure. Any follow-up on this or no question? Okay, so we can move.
I suggest that we suspend this topic till we get the copies. We can move on.
Okay.
And where the management have done well, we will acknowledge that. And where they have not done well, we will definitely also acknowledge that. So I'll leave with you for us to proceed.
Thank you. So we go to 4.3. That is habit of public toilets rehabilitation. The municipal environmental health officer informed members that management has directed his office to compile the competency database of all public toilets within the municipality. He assured members that once completed, the report will guide prioritization of maintenance and rehabilitation works. Honorable members, the floor is open for Honorable
Right, Honorable President, can the management share an update of the compilation and the list of the public toilets so that we can go through?
Thank you. That's a very good question. Any follow-up on that? Honorable Basil Mahama.
On the status, there is processing underway. It's over 6 months. And there's written now that there is process underway. So what does it mean?
Honorable Emmanuel.
I don't know if I remember. We have an environmental health officer here, he's the director. I want him to tell us this house if the current public washrooms that we have, it's okay for members to use, are elected to use, And if it's not okay, why should it be 6 months in process? If we want to know from him or from management the meaning of process underway. Maybe they have done everything left for assembly approval, or they are waiting for the formation. Maybe in this case I'm assisting the formation of the subcommittee and the executive committee to approve management decision, and then onward to general assembly for approval. Then we will understand the process underway. But here, I think, like what our member says, 6 months and the process is underway. I don't understand it. Maybe I don't understand the English process underway. So they should explain it to us.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So 4.3, the latter part says the report would guide prioritization and maintenance and rehabilitation works. So I want to find out whether the report is ready, because that is what has been captured here as at October. Is the report ready? Thank you.
Thank you. Mel, I hope you are taking note of all the prostitutes of the MCD as well. So, MCD, you want to speak first? You want to go to Mel? Mel, are you busy? Mel, you can speak to that.
Honorable Presiding Member, the tax as environmental officer to take data on all the public toilets and those that can be rehabilitated, and then those that are in good condition. In matter of fact, I presented my data. So it's in process and the management is here to come out with the rehabilitation. Thank you.
Any question to that? Honorable Madam Yakuba.
Honorable Senator, he said, Diana just mentioned that you're taking inventory of everything. Management is here to take a decision. Let me do that for now. I would like to find out from MCD and MCE if they have any idea of how we want our public washrooms to look like. It seems we have the old style of building public washrooms, which doesn't attract the elite to use. Sometimes when you are driving and in fact you have a running tummy, you are in a hurry to rush to a hotel, and imagine you are in a traffic, but there's a public washroom closer to you. You find it difficult to use it because you even get there and it's difficult for you to release the tension. So I believe that we have to look at redesigning our public washrooms, and if anyone anywhere says that it's not needed, it's a lie. We have to look at the redesigning. You know, we agreed here that we have to stop putting up 6 unit classroom block in 18, and we're talking about 18 to 24. Let's also look at our public washrooms now. When we all travel, even here at the Accra airport, if you are using this washroom, you look at how the place looks like. So let's standard something that everyone can use. But now in lab, who among us here can say that if nature calls, you will run to any of our public washrooms? We all run to, yes, it's for promoting because it's a private owned and they have improved upon what we have. So let's start with something. A modern, you know, I remember those days. I wish I would go back to China again. We were looking for washroom and we were going around it, and that was the place until we asked and they said this is the washroom. We went in and said, wow. So please, we can do same. they should factor in whilst we are thinking of renovating the existing ones. Look at where the commercial ones, where petrol is, where we come to Zanzibar, because we all have it. So no, we are not patronizing them. But look at the township. You should get someone when another person comes out to go in and clean the place. People are ready to pay. But they are not comfortable when you are in town market. Imagine you are around the market and they check cost. You find it difficult to use the facilities there. So please, they should try to it that we put up a morning, very nice with the public washroom, which will even fetch more revenue for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Right Honorable President. Right Honorable President,
Our washrooms are in a very bad state, but there are a few of them that are in a very, very bad state. To mention a few, 37 Lorry Station washroom, Rashid. I remember in our subcommittee meetings, we recommended to Executive and then to General Assembly for those washrooms to be worked on as we speak. As we speak, it's in a very, very bad state. Very, very. So I want to know whether we will start with those two, or since the report is with management, if they can tell us what the ones that we are giving priority. The two I mentioned, most of our washrooms are in the bad state, but the two I mentioned, that is in a very, very bad state. Very, very. It's been there for ages. And they need attention. It needs attention, please. I remember myself, the assembly for New Lakman and MC, I don't know whether Rashid you were part. We visited Rashid facility, the one behind the lab market. It was a nice one. That day, MC wanted even the place to be closed. But nothing has happened. It needs attention. And that's 7 Lorry Station. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable President. I want to know when we will submit the database to management. I want to know when. Because as the former outgoing environmental subcommittee chairman, is it a form of letter? I don't know. I just want to find out when the date. Yes.
thank you. It's like we are looking memo. The questions are it's very well, and then we continue with the Francis. Mel, are you ready? Okay, so answer. With regards to when you submitted the database,
Honorable President, around December last year.
so we should capture it around December last year.
I'm not sure of the specific date. That's why I said that. So I'll find out.
Okay, so MCD, what to add up? MCD.
Honorable President, what we are going to need to tell the truth. He has not yet submitted the report, and I want to apologize for that. And if you give me the permission to continue, toilet in Accra is a business, and we need to treat it as such. The public or government does not do business, and therefore I that all our public toilets, there's a need for us to privatize them and tax the West Department to design a modern facility so that we privatize them, so that the public, the private partners will rebuild them, run them professionally, so that as the Honorable Nyakuba is saying, if I'm in traffic and nature calls me, I can park and confidently go in and take care of myself. And so this is my submission. I think it's very so so this is my submission. There's a need to rethink around our public toilets so that we privatize them, so that we can run them efficiently. Thank you very much.
Thank you, MC. Any other?
In the meantime, attention has been drawn to we need to see that these two toilets, if there's something we need to do to improve the situation, because 37 is a relative point in the municipality. A lot of people live there, so there should be interest to do something. Well, I'm listening. Yes, there's a need for us to do something.
I don't know who beside me. I believe in one thing by telling the truth. And today, that has done another thing. Notice the second time I'm marking him. His first time was on MFO and Dada Henry when they were redirecting or directing Memo what to say, and he called them to order. Today, he has done another thing again, which is the right thing. Meaning, Memo was just deceiving the house. No, you will be forgiven for now. This is the reason why I asked for the document. So if we had accepted what he said, then it will take us another more month. We shouldn't be. Henceforth, we'll mount the pressure on him and make sure we'll tell him we know more about what he's doing. Even though he's having qualification on it, we have the experience. I am not happy he has deceived the house, and I want him to apologize and do the right thing by taking inventory of the challenges that we have been talking about every time. In fact, it's sad. I know what I'm talking about. I've experienced it before. I went in somewhere around my station, not Lab. And so I was around that place and I said, oh, let me use the washroom. I paid. And I came out and ran to the Novotel. Now I went to Accra City Hotel. Look at the distance. Because when I went in, it was impossible for me to use the place. Devastation. And here in La, Honorable Kise mention of 37. Yes, there's a challenge there. So if we have an officer telling us, I've taken inventory and I've submitted, and you have not done that, so we'll come back to the next assembly meeting and the story will be the same. This is not right. This is not right. He's delaying us. The assembly is ready to work for our people. And if an officer is telling us that he has done something which he has not, then he's delaying the assembly. You need to apologize. Thank you, Honorable President.
Thank you, Honorable Emmanuel Yakuba. Whether men withdraw or apologize, looking at the time of the decision that the Assembly took, Honorable Emmanuel Yakuba, are you saying we should forgive him? No. Even though the PRCC has not been formed, a memo has to appear before PRCC for telling lies to the General Assembly. This is a house of records. Memo, you are to appear before the Public Relations and Complaint Committee. That is, if today, if you are lucky, and we can form the PRCC today, then you are lucky. But forming today, you appear before the Public Relations and Complaint Committee. We are friends and family, but when it comes to assembly, we mean assembly business. Thank you. Honorable Imam Yakuba.
Right, Honorable President, I see a ruling on this or just an open. Then respectfully, I believe that we forgive you today, and all officers here present should take note of this. We should forgive him today, and you should go and do the right thing and bring the document to your office. The one he will present to management, he should give you a copy within 2 weeks. So I'm pleading with you to forgive him. So members, we forgive him today, but within 2 weeks, he should present his memo to management and also give you a copy for us to know that he has done the right thing here. This is not right, but taking him through Public Relations Complaints Committee, and I've been there, and I know when one is before us, we do have the necessary thing to make sure that legally we are doing the right thing, and when we take decision, anywhere you send it to win. I have done it before, so I know how it is. He will come, make certain statements, you investigate that statement before we realize there will be sanctions. But for him to have seen the house today is the first time he has done that. I will plead with you for him to apologize to the house, and within 2 weeks, he should present the report to management and also the copy to your office if you respectfully agree.
Thank you, Honorable Honorable
thank you, Honorable. Thank you, Honorable President. Honorable President, I'm surprised that bill deceived this committee, this at the house, because we discussed it at the committee level, and the passion that he has on some exact toilets that we want to work on it. We didn't go to that at Ezeko, and after they didn't prepare any report. I'm surprised. Because as a member, we discussed it at the subcommittee level. We also discussed it at Ezeko, and you are sitting down doing nothing. And today, if like I didn't ask the date there is something that we don't know that is 9 months. And this thing cannot continue. It's like they're not taking this assembly serious. Most of the developers, if we discuss and even approve anything at this assembly, they don't take it serious. So it's about time to take action. We should even transfer it. Right now, we have to transfer it to the already.
Yes, Honorable, which have that powers. Honorable Emmanuel Yakuba.
honorable member said something. Yes, he wanted to see if we should we should suspend them as an assembly because we don't transfer. Suspend. That's what he wants to. The statement he had wanted to make. Am I right? Yes.
Right, Honorable Presiding Member. Please, I want to second what my colleague Honorable Yakuba said. We should forgive him today. The next time, then we'll take action against it. Thank you.
Honorable Lina, do you want to speak to that?
Right, Honorable Presiding Member. When my colleague is mentioning the toilet, mentioning 37 and Rashid, but also they have another toilet over there. Always I'm complaining to the assembly, but they haven't done anything about it. So we can have that one because what they say,
Okay. Thank you, Honorable. Honorable
Honorable Presiding Member, what I mentioned had to do with the ones that we spoke about it at the subcommittee level. As we speak, there is a facility in my electoral area which is also in a bad situation. But I decided not to mention it because priority should be given to the very bad ones. That's how I didn't mention it. So it isn't as if, how do we call it? I just did some selective mention. Or I passed it as some at the very worst situation. That's how I mentioned the two. But there's one in my electoral that is also in a very bad situation. But I didn't mention that.
Thank you, Roger. Last of that. Yes, thank you, Roger. I think the directors of our government said, yes, director of government is forgiven, he wouldn't do the same. There's no situation there. And we follow same to the directives given by NCP that we prioritize it. That would be the right answer. So the assembly that don't get on much better look on that place. This is not debating something about the assembly. So I think the house will have to be looked at the organization to proceed on that one. Thank you, Honorable Yusuf, I said that's the last that I give out to speak.
All right, so I want to say something. We are ready for the public toilet. So let's try to do some private toilets as in the community. You have some of the big toilets, some of the private toilets. And then even the one that we have at this assembly, the one that far in there, is a challenge to the assembly. People the factor that want to do the plan and try to do it. Even the one that we have at this corridor, at times, when you go to this corridor, it's bad. It's bad. So if the engineer is there, the director is here, they should try to ask the all the private storage.
Okay, so that comes to the end of that topic. Because we are rebels, remember, I was succeeded for you, but you need to apologize yourself. Apologize it yourself, please. Remember who are you? Apologize and say you
So, what I apologize for. Misleading the
Did you clap? I saw you clapping. That's the first and last. Clap in this assembly all again. Order. Okay, so we'll move the next. That's everything. Right now, I'm saying, we have received a document, like I said, on the land. Okay. So we should go back to that. Yes, please. Okay, thank you. So go ahead. As I'm saying, the letter was written 17th October 2025. And we have a list of the lands with us up to 9 years. It's in a table. And then my concern is the last end of the table, the status. Access on access. I want them to explain. Then the number of the plot, nil. I want them to explain that to me so that I understand and then comment on it. There is access on Laboni residence, and then Laboni MCD residence access. Meaning, I don't know whether we have it now as an assembly, or they were able to wait on the land to take measurement of the land. They need to explain it because if someone put the document, though I understand what it is, they should explain that. And then if we have follow-up questions, we ask. Okay, thank you, Honorable Emmanuel Nakuba. Planner, please answer that.
Thank you very much. So, with regards to the list of assembly lands submitted, there is criteria that we follow. So, if you pick the table, we have the plan name. So, the plan name indicates the type of land. So, if and I have landmark MC's residence, so that one is very clear. And also the size of land. That one is clear, and the location. So the one that we indicated there, Lands Commission, they have plot numbers, and on the site plans, we are able to generate the plot numbers or on the area scheme. But when they revise the Cantonment and Laboni residential area scheme, they have not generated the new plot numbers. So we don't have that records at the moment. That is why we indicated them. But the records of land provision, all plots have numbers. So until we complete the revision of the Cantonment and Laboni scheme that will have the plot numbers indicated on it, we are unable to capture it. That is why we indicated them. So sometimes you see plot number 20, plot number 52, plot number 70. Those are the plot numbers that we are supposed to indicate here. And the status, you realize that out of the 9 lands that we submitted, 2 of them has the status captured assessed, meaning we, as an assembly, were able to submit it to Lands Commission, of which they were able to do an assessment with regards to the value of the land, of which they even gave us the cost of which we are supposed to pay to the Lands Commission. So you realize the last assembly meeting, we even discussed the cost that we were supposed to pay. One was around 186,000 cedis for the MCD Bangalore, the other one was around 123,000. So meaning assessment has been done on the plot of the value had been generated to the assembly for the assembly fee. So that is why you see that two of them indicated assessed. But the non-assessed one is those ones that we are yet to get values from Lands Commission. Yeah, so it is based on this that we compare all, so that Lands Commission will have the information that we already have 2 of the land that have been assessed, of which we were even requesting for some tax waiver to reduce the cost of it. So 2 of them have been assessed and the remaining 7 unassessed. So that is the explanation to that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable. What would you like to say?
Thank you, right, I remember in my last, if my memory is not failing, in one of our meetings, there was a need for us to do payments for the ones that have been assessed. But Ghana told us they were advised that we should come and package everything and then get a waiver on all as a full package. But since that is delayed, I don't know whether we can go ahead and then do payments for the assessed ones, or we still wait and then have a waiver on the 9 packages. I don't know what you advise assembly to. Whether you should go ahead and pay for the 2 or wait for the waiver on the 9, which is delayed. Thank you.
When I check the list of the lands, I want to find out if the land at the U.S. Embassy, Lower Park, any part of the assembly land, the U.S. Embassy car park is a land there. I want to find out from the engineer. The church station, the U.S. Embassy church station is a land there. And I believe that Mr. Mopi told us here that are working on this land. And that land is packed, but when they capture, I didn't see that land on the road.
Thank you very much for what you decided. I'll respond to the second one. I think the first one, the response has been given by coordinating director. So I don't know whether it still stands, which was we were advised by the minister to compile all and submit. So that is the reason why we held on to the payment of the 2. So we are of the hope that.
I wasn't paying attention.
Okay, thank you. So response to the second one, we actually have quite a number of lists of land that I have here, of which some of them we have document like site plan. Some we don't have any document. The only document that we have is the layout extract. So the available information that is in my office actually didn't cite the site opposite the US Embassy that is being used for Lower Park. So I think I have to engage my predecessor about it and get much information, because the records on the files that I compiled this list from actually wasn't on it. And I also know that that list forms part of the open space, and normally the open spaces are still being managed by the assembly on behalf of Lands Commission. So therefore, if assembly wants to go in and use it for a purpose, we are giving upper hand to manage. So I think with this information, I will have to speak to my predecessor, then see how best we can get some documentation on it, because we have received 2 or more letters with regard to that space. Some people even applied to Lands Commission requesting that they want to manage the space. For example, is Akai Clinic. They requested that they want to manage the place, of which Lands wrote to us. So meaning Lands recognize that such space which is being used, assembly has upper hand in managing it, of which currently Assembly has been collecting tolls in terms of parking at that very spot. So with this information, I'll further get some documents and present to the director and see how best, if Assembly can get the space and manage it will be better for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Secretary. How many lands are we talking about? That is very 9. To ask, and still have documents that we don't have. That will present all the lands to us. And then we display to us. Like if you give us different documents, then you are also going to a different document. You don't understand? You give us all the land that is under the assembly. And then we display this 9 is under process. But the remaining ones, if you have any information to add up, you tell us. But if you have documents that you are the only person who will documents. And then give us only 9 years, I don't understand that you are at least this is half of record.
I don't understand, concerning that land, that piece of land. In fact, when citizens are applying for US visa, they hardly get a place to sit. And even if it is raining, it's difficult for them. I don't know why the embassy is not providing a place for citizens. If we can, as an assembly, can capture that place, design something nice for our citizens to sit, and also use portion of it for a car park. And then when they sit there, they will pay in the token. We can give them the revenue. But sometimes when we pass by, my questions I ask myself, why are we going through this paying to get a visa? Some have been given time, maybe 10 a.m. And if the person is coming all the way from Kumasi, we prefer to sleep somewhere in Accra. They want to get there earlier. And they sit in just the runabout. Please, I believe we can take that place and look at the nice design that will serve another purpose apart from that. So please, we can't give it to Accra House. It's very sad when you pass by just last week, the number of people that I saw there, and I said, why should they go through this? So please, let's see our best to help our fellow Ghanaians. Even if it is density of 5 cities, to get a comfortable place to sit. And when it's the person's time, can walk in, it's better. If the embassy is not doing that, as an assembly, these are our own people, Ghanaians, let's see the way forward to at least get a nice place for them. And let them pay the way to sit when it is their time to maybe go for their
Thank you. I think we have to really, it's a good decision. But I've never seen this before, that someone is going to sit there and it's a good thinking of revenue generation. Honorable Madam, it's a big plan, but how can we collect someone?
Take right Honorable Saidi Omar. Honorable Saidi Omar, the person is already sitting at a comfortable place. And we are putting up a structure very nice to befit the US Embassy. Office center. Where they can even take a small coffee. Please, we are doing this just to help them. And you see, maintenance of our structure is also another problem. The chairs, they sit on it. If you look at the chairs we are sitting on it, it's very bad. So they will continue to sit on it, and they will have to use money to buy chairs again. So something to, just to raise revenue, to take care of the place also, to help. But it's very sad. Honorable, I know you passed by, it's very sad to see. Last week, I come about 100 and something people. No washroom. No washroom, and they are sitting there waiting for their turn. Please, let's make it be 20 cities, they will comfortable, because at the end of the day, you
you and I, we pay a lot for visa. So it will help.
It's a good idea. So let's share ideas on that.
As we speak, the place is congested. There are people who put plastic chairs there for applicants to sit on it and they charge them. I don't know where they bring a plastic chairs. I think Alaji can speak more to it. And so what you are saying is happening.
So I say it's all about like it.
Oh, no. So we need to organize a case. The applicants loiter around. I don't think what happens there is move there the whole day, the whole place. That's it, it's a marketplace. So it's about time to pay attention to that place and see what best can be done to beautify the area.
Honorable member representing that area.
That's the main reason that I asked why the food capture. I mean, last 2 weeks or so, myself and MC already visited that place. There are people who are coming far away from Ashama and other places, renting plastic street, taking their money into their pockets, whereby that's not from the place. So there's a plan that we want to develop. That's why I'm surprised that they are going to capture that land over there. If you are able to capture that land over there, a good business. The important thing is you have to capture it right now and work on it as soon as possible. People are calling for public toilet, people are prepared, this plan underway. There was one colleague who know the work of foreign affairs and the protocol that we visited the place last week, so we had a meeting with the secretary myself before the MC. And we also discussed about that. So, and in this house, I remember Mr. Monkey said that they are working on that topic. That's it. That's about 3 or 4 years ago. And that place is a money zone. People are making a lot of money there. And you're not coming from this Minnesota. So we have to act fast. And get the land and then do something.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Member. Honorable, right now,
It's rather unfortunate my junior missed such a state. But when we were where was he? So, Honorable Member, I support his submission, except that I have no knowledge of football. I have been here 20 years. It should deduct this years out of it. You realize that he's a genius in this house. So if we have nurtured him and he is learning on the field, he should mind. Thank you, Right Honorable.
I just want to draw attention to the fact that we have 2 minutes to discuss. The minutes.
Okay.
Then I think we are still not done with one.
Okay. Don't worry. Well done. Honorable. Thank you, Honorable. Last one. Yes. I didn't feel that your chair is too big for someone to get swinging in the house. All the same, all said and done. I think we are in the era of states not trying to develop it competitive in terms of like revenue generation. So with the assembly taking over that place, I know at the end of the day we're having this background. I'll humbly advise the house if you can consider a PPP so that we can manage the place and get some sort of house. But assembly swimming down, we have like public that some people are managing and they are not able to account for. So I'll leave the house. Best as a presiding member, please should try and consider that. Okay, thank you, Honorable. So that's the end of that topic. But like you said, we have to finish with the registration of that grant before we move further. Yes. So that is the decision. All right. So let's go to 4.4 recruitment of revenue collectors. Regarding the recruitment of the revenue collectors. the municipal finance officer informed the meeting that the revenue collectors have been treated as direct. Honorable members, I think that was the last meeting to see.
So that was as far back as October. When you are doing it.
Come again.
I'm saying this was as far back as October. 5-6 months down, and I want to find out their performance. Are they any better?
Is there for around? Is there for around?
Yes, please. Oh, I think you wanted to say. Okay, thank you. They are doing well. Yes, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Member. In regards to the revenue collectors, I have little dissatisfaction that I'd like to express on this particular issue. First, I'd like to know specifically the contracts agreement that I simply have with these revenue collectors, and then how best records from those revenue collectors kept in this house due to the past experience that documents went out there and the revenues were collected back, never hit the coffers of the assembly. So that was for us not to have such challenges and misbehaviors again. I would like to know that the assembly has taken a new innovative approach to these issues.
Yes, please. We have existing controls that we put in place. The internal auditors are there. When you collect and before you pay, if they go to them and they verify before they go to pay. Even though there are instances where they do undercover, but we try as much as possible to minimize those occurrences.
I wasn't hearing the fact. Where there are instances of what?
I said there were instances.
Undercover or undercover?
Yes, undercover. There were instances.
Meaning?
Loopholes.
Are you
Even though there were instances that some of the revenue collectors were caught doing that, we begged some of them to refund the money. And some of them were rescheduled. One is a lady who was a revenue collector who has been moved to registry. And for now, we haven't experienced such thing, but they were cautioned.
Honorable the honorable member mentioned, stated that the revenue collectors have not, as at now, paid the money to their salary for. Is that what you said? Okay. So well, the other said they are working.
Really more. Okay. So move to 4.5 assertive evidence. The Almighty assertive relating to the provision of the common rule for honorable assembly. The municipal committee director informed the meeting that upon completion of the first floor offices at the canteen block, the environmental protection agency staff will be relocated to that facility. Further indicated that their current office would then be reassigned and converted into a dedicated common room for the honorable assembly members. The floor is open. Honorable members. Honorable Basil Mohammed.
Thank you very much, sir. I'm good. So I want to know when they commission the data. did get information and what is ongoing. And I also want to remind what is there. I know you are familiar with Government House. You know Dr. Sunday. You know Dr. Sunday at Government House. You know. What is that office meant to? What is the use of that Dr. Sunday? I want to answer the question.
There's a question on the floor. Okay. Since you didn't give me the floor. Okay, so I'll give you the floor now. Yeah, it's for the parliamentarians.
If the MPs go to the Parliament House, they go to the Speaker's office.
That's it. Please answer. Yeah, they
meet their clients and
yes, I will answer the two questions. They will visit the speaker to transact business, and at the same time, they go to their respective offices to make those and receive their.
So again, okay, so we're talking about our question for what they are doing in Parliament House, are we doing the same as the local government? And now, you promise us that you fix the canteen and then you will take the canteen. And now they are still there. So if you have a visitor as one of our members, and our presiding member is not around, where do you expect us to do the job? Where do you expect us to do the job?
MCB want to answer. Sorry. The allocation is in progress, and immediately after the meeting, I will invite Honorable Senator and Honorable Bashiru and the chief to go and inspect the revenue office and will take a decision.
Should be all of us that 7 minutes and when we make selection, we create another problem. So it's like we are expecting to say the common rule is ready. That is the only answer that I want to listen to. If I'm sitting here, doesn't mean I'm different from them. We use the common rule for that as well. So please speak to that directly. the decision taken. Because of that, please speak that.
The new revenue office is ready. So when we move the AP offices, the Congo will be ready for the office.
Honorable Kize. Any more reports that you answer or honorable
Reverend Officer, you know, those days we used to do certain things like useful way. By this time we are mature. So we are giving them enough time. If they want us to do it the way we used to do it, it's simple. Just walk in and get them out of the office. It's simple. It has happened here before. Office of presiding member, that's happened before. Deaths and everything, that's happened before. We'll be patient. Whilst I was in the chair, I was just trying to master things, to make sure that they will do it. But it seems everyone is not happy about it. What is going on? Just implementing a decision of our assembly members, management that problem with it. If it were to be management decision, you would have done it immediately. We can only go there, let them change the laws, break and change the laws, lock it, and sack them from the office. We said when we are done with the first floor of the canteen, we'll move them. We don't need to go there again. The assembly has taken a decision, it's final. The assembly decision was that the room, I don't know the number, former cooperative office is a common room for the assembly. Period. No one can change it.
Okay. Thank you, Honorable.
Unless there's any legality that the person can go to court. But no one, no one in Ghana, no one can change the decision, the decision of an assembly, no one, except the court based on law. It's only assembly that can rescind its own decision. And so the assembly decision was that room 9 is the common room. That's it. But if it is delaying and then management find it difficult to do so, or we can buy the law, change the law.
Thank you, Honorable Manaka. So the last person who will take decision is the canteen, the office is there, is it complete?
Yes, Honorable, the office are ready, but it's yet to be finished.
So I want you to answer, it's ready?
It's ready, yes.
Okay, so today, Honorable, today is Tuesday, right? So by the close of the week, the common room should be ready for Thank you. Okay, so we move to representation and discussion of draft policy. The municipal budget analyst presented a draft of the 2026 50-day resolution to the hour for discussion. The documents outline proposed fees, rates, and charges to be imposed by the Assembly for the 2026 fiscal year. Honorable members were briefed on the general provisions, the basis for adjustment to existing fees, and the need to align the Assembly's revenue framework with statutory requirements and emerging service demands. After the presentation, honorable members accepted the draft phasing resolution, which highlighted the revised fees and rates. Honorable members. Honorable members.
Especially looking at time, I'll agree with you to use the list of decision Rehabilitation and Rehabilitation. So, can I have that?
So we have if there's a person
yes, then I believe that we have approved already. So we don't have much to discuss with well, my question is that if the assembly management implementing what we have approved, if they are using it, not doing any other illegal thing, then I would say that the assembly approved the budget and money going to do the right thing. But for now, what I do is I will have approved it. So when it comes to ongoing projects and reports from various departments and units, we will be able to know approval will give if they are really working with that. Thank you very much. Thank you.
we then move to unauthorized or hazardous billboards within the municipality. The committee was reconstituted and the members were tasked to audit billboards erected in the municipality by 13/11/2025. Some unauthorized billboards were removed and the stakeholders meeting held on the 4th March to deliberate on the localities of mounting billboards within the municipality.
The assembly approved for a committee on billboards, and the assembly was clearly deliberation that NIB, that's the National Security, the police CID, reps should be part of this committee. We said this based on information that we have. Whilst I was there, I was waiting to hear that the committee is working, but I got to realize that it was not mentioned. What I read here in the minutes are different from what the assembly approved. I know the reason why we did not invite the CID and the NIB to be part of the committee. There's criminality in this, that's why we want them to be part. Every time we say people have mounted billboards, we don't know their owners. And for years, they are doing this. Years, not 1 year or 2 years. One lady came here, she wanted to undress herself because we were going to remove a billboard. Yes. And the words that came out of her computer right around side. So I understand, and that's why we wanted the security service to be part of it. So people will be arrested. You see, we are waiting till something happens, there's accident, someone died, then assembly will be seen working. Now that you are moving billboards, I learned they hijack the cranes. So when you are calling them, the owners of the cranes are not willing to work for us. It was alleged that some of them are paying them. So the cranes are not willing to work for us. But if we were to set up the committee, and we have all these security people involved, we'll get to the bottom of this. Why should someone want billboard for years and the person is advertising and not paying?
place like Glass Commission, Lamoni Junction, airport, and then they are not paying to the assembly. Yes, not a man for now. So I believe that the committee that assembly approved should work, and all those involved should be arrested. Because when you are looking for honest, they are not coming forward to pay. Who allowed them to mount the board? And when? I like one of our former colleagues is having billboards, and he's not willing to even come forward to help. And sometimes because once on our always on our we try to help each other, but they have the boss all over. Who gave them the permit? So when we identify them, we know that okay, you have this board for all these years. You are owing the assembly this amount of money. You are willing to work with the assembly. Yes, I'm willing to work with the assembly. So you pay the money you are owing us. That's it. Some too, they are blocking other boards. So we shouldn't think about only removing your authorized ones. Sometimes we are authorized, we mounted it to block other billboards. The committee, by the oversight member, must be formed immediately after the placement to make sure that what the exercise we are carrying out will be effective. Thank you.
Honorable,
and since we know all things happen, second, there are some events also here on the 4th March. I don't know whether it's 2020 or 2019 or 2016 or just because of March. So when? Because that was 24th March, there's no way there. I don't know when it's at on that meeting. How do we get
maybe follow up on that. So, MCT, please. So, honorable members, like Honorable Imam said, I'm even worried about this particular decision, where the assembly took the decision for it to be implemented. And those who are in charge to implement that decision fails to implement it. Honorable Imam, the reason why I'm using the previous minutes for me to get all the details and attached to this one, there's a big difference. The status of implementation said some authorized billboards were removed, and the stakeholder meeting held on 24th March to deliberate on the modalities, which I was part with some of the assembly members, and that is not part of the decision we took. It was a result of some assembly members when we assisted the Honorable Municipal Chief Executive and Honorable MP to donate some items to our Muslim family. That is where the MP said she has received a complaint somewhere. So it was the MP who pushed for the agenda, which was, let's say, 3 weeks ago. So this has nothing to do with the decision that we took here
as the assembly, looking at all the decisions that we took here from the previous unit, both the two, you could see none of them has been implemented to the satisfaction of the assembly. And we have to take this serious. Honorable Emmanuel Nakuba said, when you are not on this seat, you will talk like you are doing. But for me, I will not sit. It is my responsibility as the presiding member to make sure the decision of the assembly is being implemented. That is my work and that is my duty. So, honorable presiding member, honorable assembly. Honorable assembly. So I just give you the whole idea of what they captured at the implementation level. That they are telling lies to the assembly. So please, let's take decision on that. Honorable, the floor is open. At this level, if you don't talk, I'll mention names because it's like they are playing with us. Those who are supposed to implement the decision of the assembly are playing with us. Honorable members, please, the floor is open. Honorable Basil.
Thank you, Honorable President. I want to know what is happening in the area. Where is
Honorable Basil, I'm expecting you to ask 20 questions. There was a decision taken here. So let's go straight so that we save time. The floor is open while they are going through their document or manual or something.
Right, Honorable President, like I said, when I was in the humanitarian side, I learned this way because my time elapsed, and so I have to leave that for you to implement it. Ensure that I implement it. My question goes to Honorable MC. Honorable MC, are you aware of all these decisions? Or you are now seeing it as a Honorable President, that's the question I want to ask Honorable MC. Honorable MC.
Right Honorable Presiding Member, I'm aware of all the information. I'm aware.
Right, Honorable Presiding Member, I'm very glad the FC is aware of all the information. The follow-up question to does it tally looking at what they have presented? Is it the same as the decision that the assembly took and they have implemented? The document that I have, right on outside the management wrote to us, gave us the document that when we read on the status of implementation, some unauthorized billboards were removed and a stakeholder meeting held on the 24th March to deliberate on the modalities of mounting billboards within the municipality. Okay, let's look at the rules and let's see if it's the same thing that we have here. I am asking this question not for anything, but just to draw the MC attention
when you read the minutes, it's 3.1. Unauthorized or hazardous billboards within the municipality. Recently, right on outside when I read, the House deliberated on the increasing number of unauthorized and unsafe billboards within the municipality, many of which have been erected without the requisite approval or inspection. Paragraph 1. In this regard, the Honourable Presiding Member requested clarification from the Municipal Fiscal Planning Officer on the availability of accurate data concerning the number and operational status of billboards within the municipality. Paragraph 3. In response, the Municipal Fiscal Planning Officer informed the meeting that his team had not yet engaged the Joint Committee tasked with auditing billboards. The chairperson of the Joint Committee subsequently indicated that the committee had not completed its exercise. Last paragraph, the Honourable Assembly members expressed concern about the delay on the part of the Joint Committee and consequently resolved to form a new committee to undertake the exercise. A motion was therefore moved by Honourable Sidney Agbogowochi for establishment of a new committee imposed as follows: chairperson for all subcommittees, audit unit staff, the police, CID, and NID. Honourable Presiding Member, when you look at this, and then you look at the status implementation given to us, like you said, these are two different things. These are two different things. So if MC said he's aware of this document given to us, then MC was not giving the minutes to read. To be well informed, he might have been giving this and he read it, but had no knowledge of the decision. Maybe he wasn't around, or he was around, and due to his activities, he was not able to collect what the decision assembly took. So this was wrong. And I want you to take the pain and go through our minutes, so that when we come to assembly meetings, you address all the things we discussed. I don't want to go further, but if I want to go further, I would have said so many things. But this alone is not exactly what we are doing. We are supposed to come to ask Right Honourable Presiding Member at their status implementation. We have formed the committee, and the committee is working. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Madam Honorable. Yes, I acknowledge what the Honorable said. But like before, some of you are aware, if the ministry from the technical task force that was supposed to deal with some of these congested roads, I believe in the delay of implementing them, that will now conform to certain guidelines from the ministry, the Council of Agriculture. I believe that we don't want to have a confusion in the implementation. So we are now following the ministry's task force with rather the real voice. I'm sure some of you may be aware of this aspect. So I believe that's where the confusion was. And the same time with the billboards. So if you are going to take any condition of billboards or from assembly level, the ministry will also do the same thing. And that from the task force for the whole region that is going around, it has
name particular municipalities, the same problem. I think that coming together won't hurt anyone. That's why I think that if the implementation was left from that time, we will have this committee that I really do not remember. But I think the same thing about one of the group was in the same subject that we are trying to resolve in the municipality. I think it's a big issue for us, for all of us, to sanitize the billboard competition in the whole municipality.
We want to add up to what
the only thing I'm sorry to say we have not done is the committee at the local level. So I wanted to plead with the House that after Easter we are going to meet and meet with the committee with the as listed so that we work together with the ministries committee. Thank you for
Right, member. I somehow disagree with the Honorable MC. The letter from local government ministry is different from the decision of the assembly. But if it is funded as a national policy, as an assembly, we factor that to the decision of the assembly. Yes, it's different from what we are doing, but we have raised an issue about unauthorized, and what he said was different. But to him, he said it was a billboard, so it's the same thing. That he said the district assembly shall have the highest authority. So the decision of the House can even take anyone to be RCC when you fail to implement it. So the only thing you do is you form the committee like I said, and then if it is a policy coming from national, you can call for emergency assembly meeting. The honorable members pick the directive from the ministry. The ministry doesn't have power over the assembly. But it's a directive from the assembly. You remember that we were asked to sign so that government will award the Bureau of Administration will award contract for building permits. Property rate. It came from ministry. Did you approve it as a house? The house rejected it. We did not approve that because we have the highest authority and we control the district. And so no ministry directive can compel us to sideline the decision of the assembly. Form your committee. Factor that what they brought, good idea. So we are already on course. Then you take the decision on that. Because anyone picking this meeting, you shouldn't forget it. And the technocrats, some of them who went to court, Mr. General Analysis, it was the minute, including MC, it was the minute of the assembly that saved them. It was the minute of the assembly that saved them. Because they said it was assembly decision. And they just asked them to go and bring the minute. And that was the assembly. So no one can sideline the decision of the assembly. Please form the committee and follow. Henceforth, when we fail to implement decision of assembly, what will happen is that people out there, because they've been watching us, lawyers who are watching us, local governments who are watching us live now, will know that we, as assembly members and Democrats, we are not competent. Because if we are opening up now and they will have access to our discussions here, we should make sure we do the right thing. Local government yes directive, no regional minister will have power over the assembly. No local government will have power over the assembly. They always write to the assembly. And I always refer to Honorable Rafia Beko. What he told Honorable Beko, it was lie. that is it the decision of the assembly, that's the law. And I always thank him for that. And quickly the court said, yes, when we watch everything, he said the assembly will do, as usual, the assembly will do. So please, we shouldn't forget this. It's a decision of the assembly, and whenever we come to meeting, and we are not implementing the decision of assembly, honorable right honorable members, some of us will take assembly home because no one is about the decision of assembly. Let's form the committee within a week. Form the committee and let's factor the ministry directive to it and implement it. Thank you.
Thank you. For the house to understand that you understand the formation of that very committee, you ask for the formation, the members. We have some external offices, the BNI and the police, am I correct? Okay, so you are to write to them, and we are giving you a week from now. Is that the discretion of the house? Thank you. Okay, so we move to measures to resolve all boundary issues within the municipality. House that since management have begun the process to resolve the long-standing boundary disputes with level all boundary disputes with other sister assemblies should be included to ensure clear jurisdictional lines for effective governance, service delivery and development planning. Honorable members, it's about 5 minutes. Floor to and therefore the implementation strategy. The meeting has been held between the assembly and level at the regional committee houses and boundary issues. Honorable, thank you very much.
I remember you did about that yourself whether we we're going for a boundary meeting at Okuma or Lagos. So I want to find out as far as that is, since it's in relation to our discussion.
What is your colleague?
So I'm saying about 2 weeks ago, myself, together with MCMCD, we went for a meeting at Okuma in relation to the boundary dispute. I told you the 2 assemblies have been summoned to Okuma. So I want to find out what the outcome is. Since this in relation to what the budget is.
Yes, it was true that we are supposed to attend organized by the power team, that's one complaint by seven. We prepared ourselves with our technical team, electoral commission, and honorable assemblies, that is honorable Cindy and honorable presiding. We are about to board the deadline to Okuma when we were informed that they are having assembly meetings to elect their presiding, and therefore the side meeting has been postponed and a new date has been communicated. So we couldn't have that. So we are waiting for what they will get to call the meeting once again.
that the more this thing delays, the more it affects us. You're live, so there are some things I can say. But you should use what you have to get what you want. And speaking to progress, there was one time where an appointee of government used whatever means to deny us what is due us. Please, let's try and use what we also have to get what we want. It's been used before, but we can also use it. If you use official and non-official means to get what is due us, because some of the facilities being affected by this will be business. It's part of our cash card. It means we are losing revenue. So I believe that we use both official and unofficial means to get what is due us.
There's an airline that established a municipal. Yesterday, someone called me from Oakland. Called me from a traditional area. I was trying to explain something there, but you seem not to understand what I was talking about. There is a difference between traditional family, but they are taking it like this is insane. The airline that established landmark is different from Oakland. When the former MC was there, always the normal one experience, so let's leave it for us. Their major issue is the number one, Kuala area. And he said, "Maybe I collected revenue from that place." And if it's illegal, I believe that engaging them for years, we have done it for years, it's not working, the law is there. Let's go to court. Because we have engaged them several times. Could you believe that Lekma will come with some facts, with cutlasses and other things, as if there's more? Let's go to court, let the court interpret the airlines. Where our boundaries are, let's end it there. Because every minister that will come to power have interest. If the minister happens to be coming from a tertiary area, his interest will lean slightly to them. If the person is coming from Kokma, similar. So what are we doing? It's only the court that will interpret the airlines. And when we go, we finish that once and for all, because we cannot be spending money. If I attend a meeting at Kokma, the law says that I should be paid. So the moment Lagman invites me to a meeting, you have to give me that allowance. You have to give me my fuel. We have done this for years. These people are elites, they know, but they are trying to litigate. So let's go to the court. Let the court determine the boundaries for us and end all this. Because anytime we go back and forth, they know in their airline, Kuala is in Landmark. Lekman know Akrabo is for Landmark. But still, they are insisting it's for them. Look at the distance. Look at where airport is. How can they claim? And then we have been told that we have to share revenue with them. How? So let's go to court. Court should judge revenue collection and then rule on it. So we know that this place belongs to us, belongs to them, we end it once and for all. And we have the means to do so. If it will cost us a little or more to claim what belongs to us, tomorrow we'll reap from it. They will not come with some tax from Lekman to come and fight. They are not even that source of the assembly. The last time it was not good at all at Ramo, and then must this continue? Let's go to court once and for all and end this meeting, and then they are collecting the revenue. Unless Parliament change the airlines, if not, they can't do anything. That's not understanding. I mean, we should go to court.
Thank you, right, as we speak, there's mediation ongoing.
guys come, mediation must fail or must end before we go to court. So we should rather push for the mediation to happen. The supervising ministry is mediating. Maybe local government ministry. Is it local government that called the meeting with regards? Because I let people give some presentation. Is it RTC or local government? RTC. So there's mediation committee on board. So mediation must end before we go to court. When the party is not satisfied with the outcome, we can then proceed to court. When we go to court now, court may refer you back to mediation. So we must end the mediation before we do. So like I said, let's use whatever means we can to get this thing done once and for all, because we are losing them.
I am surprised. I'm hearing it for the first time that there's mediation group. Because we're told by company that they are waiting for Hoffman to call for the meeting. Not meeting, not local government.
Honorable Shimon Yakuba is getting me confused. We've been told in this house that meeting was once called at RCC for presentation and what have you. The call meeting, I don't know whether it was RCC who called or local government. Please can that be answered? If I didn't speak with them, I will go.
There are two issues being discussed. The boundary between landmark and landmark is being handled by the regional council under the auspices of the honorable regional leader. But the boundary issue between landmark and Kochman, the mediation is being organized by the honorable chief executive of Kochman. These are the two different issues.
So let me speak to the landmark issue. We should push for that mediation to end. Let's see our fate. If need be for us to go to court, then we go to court. But with we mediating with Kochman, I don't know whether Kochman is then the mediator, because the conflict is between the two of us. So who is the third person or the neutral person to mediate? So I don't know how the whole thing is. Why do we call for that meeting? Therefore, I don't know. That's you can answer me.
Thank you very much. I think just flash up on what I said. Yes, it's for well advanced on issues, but if you quite remember, our first meeting was called here, and the discussion finding solutions to the problem was organized in this particular hall for which they visited the representation. So I think it's a new administration that they also like to see how best to resolve the problem. I think it's in line if we go here what they have to present with regards to landmark and then Kochman. From then I think the right of the initiative and then the line.
I know what I'm saying. When it comes to matters of Kochman, landmark, when I go see this piece,
you are afraid of that?
Yes. You know the reason I'm saying that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Edwin. Because of the mentioned my most senior, I like to care because like I wanted to throw a little bit. Thank you.
Let's not get smart at this point. So I don't remember if it is mediation as he said, I understand the question for which I did not want to be. He should know one thing. If they done this mediation and halfway they leave it, all ministers, halfway they leave it, halfway they leave it. From the late Honorable Honorable body, they've done it halfway they leave it. The only way that we can resolve this is the court. Because when you go to court, the judge is looking at the constitution and then you look at the airline. The airline stated clearly that this phone belongs to Landmark and this bottle of water belongs to Landmark and Kochman. Finish. We will do this, and every time
meeting, we are not getting results. Like what mine is called, so friendly discussion, like we were doing in the past, we'll leave it for us. You know already that place is Susu, that's what we've been doing. And they said they have assembly mandate. They are putting ballot paper there also, ballot box there. Honorable member claiming that is also part of his electoral area. And so the only way we can resolve this Okuma issue and Ekuma issue is a court. That is a court. They will do everything they have interest. You see, when you are working, those people they have more elites. They also have the same. So they be calling ministers, no, this belongs to us. They get confused. So I have to leave it. Because partly they come from La or Osu, or they are from somewhere. So they find it difficult to conclude on the issue. But if the court rule, they cannot do anything. I know what I'm talking about. So please, Kokuma should call for the meeting immediately. If there's no solution to it, let's go to court. If it doesn't belong to us, let's leave it. Then we have peace of mind, not that attending meetings and we'll be taking allowances every time and we are not getting results. Thank you.
My last one on this. Like I said earlier, some travel styles were used. Now we are also in a good position to do that, and we can. We are here. Let's use what we have to get what we want. I believe yourself, together with all the people that MC knows what I'm talking about. That we can use what we have to get what we want. We are in a good position now to also get it. We were denied. Now we can get it. That is if we want to. So please let's take advantage of what we have now to get what we denied. Thank you. My last one.
Tomorrow, another person will also be in that position, the right position, and they will also get what they want. But when the court moves, that is the end. Thank you.
Honorable Member, I just want to bring this to the attention of the meeting. That between us and the Lekman, there is already a decided case. A chief from this area, took Lekman and then Attorney General and then EC to court. And then he won the case. When they sought to have changed some of the existing electoral areas, and the matter is still there. We only need to enforce it. And I have the case there. It's only between us and then Kokuma that I have not seen a decided case or any case. Supreme Court has ruled on the boundaries between Lekman and then
Which court?
Supreme Court. And that reported in the law case the same report you find accusing and then later because these are not reported.
So is it administrative or traditional values?
The person who took the matter to court is a chief, but the matter was administrative, and people don't get that differentiation.
So have you shared this information to MC?
We have we have sent this information to the artist. Right around
This was not on the district level, it was on the traditional plan. You understand? And so, if it is about traditional boundaries, yes, if La one, that one is different. But what is on paper, the LI 2133 years.
Honorable.
That's one. Respectfully, right around the core academic order, what he has done. Because right around I said that because we've been here for years. He has never mentioned this. But this is on the traditional one. So now, he's giving us a background that Lagma, we can litigate on. That if traditional boundary we have one that, then you can take that one from with Lagma, but in the LI, that established Lagma, is Burma Military Academy part of Lagma LI? No. So if in the ruling, in the traditional ruling, boundary ruling, Military Academy is part of land, you can claim it because in your LI it doesn't cover that place. But here we are mentioning places like Kuala, and Osu is claiming it's their traditional land. But in the law, it's for Lagma. So unless Parliament change this law, but if it does not change, that place belongs to us. But the background you are giving us is good. But in your LI, the areas we are talking about, is it in the LI? If no, we cannot claim it. Right or wrong, so that's why I suggest, unfortunately for you, you are part of management. So when you attend management meetings,
after ranking member finished establishing them,
you are part of management, you giving the information here. We would rather approve that management should sit on it in that document you have, and then come out with how do you call it, a solution. And that solution is very simple. If mediation is not working, let's go to the court. But you can't say you have a LI and Akamo is not part of your LI, you can claim that this is my land. Now we're talking about Parliament, we're talking about law. They approve it. And they give that place to us. That for you to get revenue, we're giving Kuala to you, we're giving Akamo to you. So if it is Peshin land and it is Osun land, law, legally, we have power over those areas. That's what I'm saying. The area is still standing. It's still standing. Because when one is speaking, as stated in the standing orders, you must sit. So please, get the exam document. What they rule on that, but we can't limit when our airline has covered that. So me, I suggest after the mediation, if we are not satisfied, let's go to court and that to make all this.
Thank you. That will be after the mediation.
Yes.
Thank you. I think you have said it well. After the mediation,
I would like to hear what all that I want to put across is that the matter was not a traditional matter. It was based on the airline and then the new legal areas that was going to be created. And then Lagma is using that airline that didn't mature. And the two airlines, we don't want to say more here because it is our strategy. So if it will be the pleasure of the house, we can meet and then we will show you. And the case I'm saying that is
it's okay. It's okay. It's off track. Like we said, after the mediation field, then we can move to court. The LI 2023, which established the lab Thank you. Honorable members, we continue. Instead of two items for the so revision of the buffer zone within the the hours agreed on the need for a revised buffer zone zoning regulation to stricter enforcement mechanism to protect the affected areas. Implementation status. Enforcement has been carried out and the demolition exercise has taken place within the buffer zone. Honorable members, the floor is open.
I believe that the management needs to grow this implementation status. If you are with me, hence the discussion will not be done. So I believe we should move on. Yes, to a different
Unauthorized street-based mechanic workshops and monthly parking. The house resolved that the towing service really as a measure to get the user. And the status of the implementation is ongoing. Honorable members, when you get quiet, then I mention honorable secretary. Forgive me. So the implementation level is ongoing. Honorable
I'm happy the management is working, but I wanted to explain further what it means by ongoing.
Yes, the ongoing the status implementation and the implementation status means that we have discussed and are currently visiting some of these mechanic shops on the streets, initially talking to them, giving them time to relocate on the streets especially. Failure to do so, which will lead to as possibly remove them from the streets. The parts of the on-street part
to start well. If we are not going to construct now, but we'll get the report, then we know how we'll go about it, like demolishing the existing one, work on it, fine. But we know, our history there, we know. The station that we all know. Honorable use your office to let management tell us now when they are starting. That's all.
Management. MC, when are you starting? Honorable, I was going to say, because
before the director comes in, I remember in our class, the director says pictures to be taken to RCC to inform them that they want to demolish, so they are bringing it to their attention since it's a project for auditing purposes. That's a bit out to find out from what has been done about it.
Yeah, Honorable President, thank you very much. We have not taken those pictures to RCC, but what I can present, if you permit me to interact with Engineer Adjoa. Adjoa, which consultancy from which department or ministries do we need to come and inspect and give advice? Because we were there, and what we saw is a very serious and taxing tax, because the land is higher than those who are suffering from the flooding. Which ministry? So that we take it from there immediately. Hydro. Honorable President.
Immediately after the meeting, I will raise hydro so that latest after Easter, I sympathize with you. What I was saying, almost every house in that agreement, when it is all the things they have to get on. So I sympathize. One of them,
thank you, Honorable
I will help you.
Pascal.
We need the help now.
Thank you. Okay, so we move to the review of all contract agreement with service contractors. The assembly is going to franchise contractors in Spanish. The implementation they are giving a statement with service contractors a new contract. Honorable, are you here? Yes. So the project review of all contract agreements with service contractors. Please, the project.
I don't understand. I do work and the last one, new contract have been drafted, meaning they are not signed. And so 6 months now, they are working with us to be collecting money from them. So when are you going to sign the contracts?
Order.
Next week, we'll sign.
Next week.
He said next week. So I want to find out whether I take the construction effect. When it is signed, since you didn't have money. Okay, so as and when it is signed, let's
Thank you. Okay, so we move to the last
revenue sharing for the staff students. The assembly resolved that management should meet the chairperson of the various appointment group to streamline the approaches and the implementation levels to bring the zonal council out the streamline and the revenue sharing have been resolved. Honorable members. No question. Once the operations of the donor councils are streamlined, the issues regarding revenue sharing have been resolved. The chairman, once it has been resolved, they are here. There is no problem. Once but I hope that you will not come back and tell us that the deputy director in some ways making this resolved. Once it has been resolved, that is resolved. So that is fine. That deputy director, it has been resolved. We will not mention MFO and deputy director. They will not mention your names again, that you are not giving their percentage to them. They are here. They are asking me which one. Really, they were not listening. It's either they are eating and we don't invite allowed so that they take the snack. We should have break to take the snack, but we want to finish. So please, once it is resolved, it is resolved. Every issue that we raise is resolved. That's what it says. I'm confused about what that is because a concern that was raised, and I remember I spoke about it, that currently the allocation for the council is not that much, and it is affecting the substructure. We want to strengthen the substructure, so we need to give them good allocation in doing that. Nothing is doing that, we just attend meetings. And we know, as part of the indicators for parts, the zonal council, the substructure is assessed. We are not pushing the zonal council to function well. It's a worry for the task. So the concern here hasn't been resolved. The chairpersons, the concern here, I'm part of zonal council, that's how I can speak. As it stands, we have nothing to work. We just attend meetings, bring out concerns, and there's nothing to implement whatever we discuss. So the substructure next week.
The concern was raised when I came here was one. The secretaries at the Zonal Council did not sign their checks. And that issue has been resolved. Signatories of all the Zonal Council, the two Zonal Councils, they are not signing their own checks. At the Zonal Council level, if you have a meeting, they will bring, because they cannot process the fees on the gift list, they will bring it to the office here, process the gift list for them. But when it comes to withdrawal of money from your account, is your secretary, the people that are administrated in your account offices. They are supposed to do that. No officer at the head office here sign checks for money. We have also seen this. For example, airports, we have given that operation at the Dade-Kotopon area, the service lorry funds. And this is all we now taken. So we are encouraging the now and also decide at your meetings how to spend it according to the budget presented on the Ministry.
Last one.
I'll put it in the record. The Akamo. Is there I'm going to give it to the
Yes, we are. We also have a
Secretary, are we taking money from airport, Akamo? Since when? And how much are they giving? How much are they giving? Because I was told that the previous administration are bringing more money than the current one. And the current one will have more shops. Than the previous one, and they are putting small amount of money. Not to find out.
They pay the total sum of money into a service account and we give them 50%. So that's what is being practiced.
As a representative, I indicate that we suspend the next week snack. We are not going out. We want to take us and then we continue with just the rules. Thank you, this issue. Thank you, question to me.
Just as
I will just move the that we are online. Once I'm enjoying I think it's better to wait for some 2 minutes.
Thank you for coming to the next. By the powers invested in me and the designing of the house, I therefore suspend this meeting for only only 10 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you. Nobody is going out. Oh, good.
somewhere that is back of the Laboni Senior. There's a Ubisa, and someone has placed a 40-liter container on it, claiming the ownership of that one. Meanwhile, that same person applied for, submitted a document for building permits. And before the assembly issued the permits, the assembly indicated that particular portion that is part of the road. After giving or issuing the permit to the developer, he has blocked that particular section with a 40-liter container. So there was a decision taken here that assembly issued container from there to the assembly, paid for the and it's not captured. Yes. And then there's another one. Not just that, with respect, another one on the purchase of the vehicles and the application to builders. Three vehicles. Okay. So regardless, when you hear that, why is it one of them?
Let's also, once you coming out of the new I prefer that we get a report also electronic report so that we also okay, whatever is not there or omitted, or we can correct it.
Okay, so let's discuss those two again.
I also remember that it was a PM side members of that is which is the fuse on it's in the budget, and also the audit department. Yeah, I think that one auditing, that one was not in October. Yeah, it was earlier than. So we should look at it. We work on it.
So can we get the updates on that? The first one,
was the container assembly approved? I was the chair approved that you. So we are only asking management to remove it. Go and remove it as early as possible. The assembly took a decision that I will remove it. Once the decision and the person is on route and blocking residents in the community, we have to go and remove it, and that's all.
So that's a reminder.
But before I sit down, if care is not, we'll come to meeting and somebody fall and die. The chairs are not because I've been sitting at the top and the chair over there is comfortable. I didn't know people were now that I'm coming down, the way like having this is so please I believe that I need to change the chairs. It's not good.
Don't worry, not tomorrow, but the next meeting with the PA system, including the PA system. Thank you.
About the assembly hall. I noticed there was a decision also to
put microphones on the table. I was doing
You can mixing in the minute years back.
Yes. Mr. Elera was remembering that. The name tax.
Like 5 minutes.
But for the EPA system.
What about the tax here? I think it has been noticed yearly when it rains and it happens. We need to come here and be sweeping water out of this leakage, this door, for which was not captured for that you finish over there. So I want to be with you so that we are the innovative program that will run here.
All right. Honorable members, I think we have done justice to the previous. We now move to item number 5 on the agenda. Election of the staff committee. No, it's the item of formation of staff committee. Honorable